1. Eat smaller portions spaced throughout the day. Overeating puts a high amount of pressure on the stomach, whether it's due to obesity, not pacing out meals enough throughout the day, pregnancy, or another condition. When the body senses that you've eaten a large amount at once, stomach acid production is turned up in order to facilitate digestion. After eating a heavy meal, especially one filled with acid-forming foods, some of the contents of the stomach can literally leak out and flow back into your esophagus, also called your food pipe. If the stomach is stretched too far, the valve that is intended to keep stomach acid down can open up when signaled by a mixture of chewed food and saliva reaching the lower end of the food pipe. Many people eat their biggest, heaviest meal at night, which is why heartburn is most common before bedtime. Overeating at dinner time is usually a habit that forms when you don't consume enough food during the day. Nighttime overeating can lead to weight gain that is linked to higher rates of heartburn. For example, a 2006 study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that obesity likely causes heartburn due to many factors, including an increase in intra-abdominal pressure, a greater association of hiatal hernia and hormonal factors. The study demonstrated that patients who were overweight or obese at baseline had a 2 to 3-fold increased risk of frequent GERD symptoms. In subjects with normal body weights, the risk of heartburn increased with weight gain despite the fact that the body mass index remained in the normal range. A weight gain of approximately 10-15 pounds in a normal weight woman is associated with an increased risk of frequent heartburn symptoms of approximately 40%. On the other hand, the good news is that losing approximately 10-15 pounds decreases the occurrence of frequent heartburn by approximately 40%. So if you are obese, try these steps to treat obesity naturally. To avoid weight gain and overeating at dinner or afterward, try spacing out your food intake throughout the day more. Make sure to have a filling breakfast and lunch, even a satisfying healthy snack in between lunch and dinner. If you're the type of person that usually eats 2 to 3 bigger meals a day, try shifting to a schedule of eating 4 to 6 smaller meals and front-loading your calorie intake toward the earlier part of the day. 2. Limit foods that increase stomach acid. Adjusting your diet to remove or reduce certain foods that can trigger the lust to allow for acid to sneak out from the stomach can greatly help reduce reflux. Foods and meals that are capable of increasing stomach acid and, therefore, aggravating heartburn symptoms include fried foods or meals high in low-quality and refined oils. These are foods you should stop eating immediately if you want to avoid heartburn. Completely packaged foods with artificial sweeteners, ingredients, preservatives, and flavors. Tomatoes, citrus fruits, oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruit, garlic, onions, chocolate, coffee, caffeinated products, peppermint. Alcohol. Dealing with heartburn doesn't necessarily mean you have to avoid these foods altogether, but take note of what you are eating prior to experiencing any painful symptoms. Everyone reacts differently to acidic foods, and it might take some trial and error in order to establish which are the worst offenders for you personally. You might want to keep an ongoing record so you can easily connect the dots between certain foods and recurring heartburn symptoms. Step 1 should be to greatly limit processed foods, including anything artificially flavored, fried or sweetened. Consider lowering your grain intake and cutting back greatly on oils like canola, safflower, sunflower, corn, and soybean oil. Focus on eating a healing foods diet filled with whole foods that don't aggravate your digestive system. Leafy green vegetables, berries, starchy veggies like sweet potatoes, probiotic foods, coconut oil, and wild-caught fish are usually all well tolerated, even for people with sensitive stomachs. The GAPS diet is a great example of a protocol that focuses on whole foods that treat digestive issues like IBS, leaky gut, acid reflux, and many other conditions. Healing foods on the GAPS diet include fresh organic vegetables, healthy fats, including coconut oil, avocado, and ghee, quality animal proteins like free-range chicken and grass-fed beef, wild-caught tuna, sardines and salmon, bone broth, aloe vera, raw honey, parsley, ginger, and fennel, unpasteurized cultured dairy products like kefir and yogurt, or raw unpasteurized cheeses, fermented vegetables, including kimchi and sauerkraut, or fermented drinks like kombucha, apple cider vinegar. Almonds, teas including chamomile, papaya, fennel, and ginger tea. 3. Control your stress. Stress is more than just something you feel in your head, it's actually a powerful hormonal trigger that can affect nearly every bodily system, from immunity to digestion. That's why chronic stress can kill your quality of life. As with other chronic digestive conditions such as irritable bowel syndrome or leaky gut syndrome, heartburn intensity is linked to changes in major life events or the accumulation of small stressors that can greatly impact someone's moods. One 2013 study published in the Journal of Digestive Diseases and Sciences found that symptoms of reflux esophagitis disorders are significantly associated with psychosocial stress levels, and the severity of reflux esophagitis correlates with the degree of stress. Because emotional stressors can cause fluctuations in hormone levels and neurotransmitter actions, the gut-brain connection picks up on these stressors and signals changes to the stomach. High levels of uncontrolled stress and even a lack of sleep can increase acid production in the stomach, which helps cause heartburn. So many people with frequent indigestion or GERD find that stress triggers their symptoms. Other effects of stress can include increased level and frequency of esophageal acid exposure, inhibition of gastric emptying of acid, or stress-induced hypersensitivity. For similar reasons, exhaustion or chronic fatigue syndrome resulting from sustained stress also has powerful psychophysiological symptoms that are associated with heartburn exacerbation. In one study of adults experiencing frequent heartburn, the presence of severe and persistent life stressors or ongoing exhaustion during a 6-month period significantly predicted increased heartburn symptoms during the following 4 months. To help curb your heartburn symptoms or other signs of digestive distress, look to the root cause of the problem. How are you handling stress from work or relationships? How much sleep are you getting? Are you doing your best to avoid burnout and overtaxing your adrenal glands that can result in fatigue? Consider trying stress-reducing techniques like deep breathing, massage, or acupuncture, healing prayer or meditation, journaling, and using relaxing essential oils. 4. Consider if your medications are to blame. It's possible that heartburn symptoms can worsen from taking medications, such as the birth control pill or certain drugs used to treat high blood pressure. Another thing to avoid is smoking cigarettes, since smoking relaxes the lungs and stimulates stomach acid,